What's good, family? It's gonna be 80 degrees today, or 75 today. Good old Detroit, Michigan, where 4 months out of the year you have temperatures above 70. Anyways, man, and all the rest of the 8 months is below 70, thereabouts. Now, anyways, I was thinking about something, man. Had a few chicks hit me up from out of the country, and some definitely from here in the U.S. Like on a dating app. I don't. Like I said before, man, I do zero outbound messaging to women. The only chicks. That's kind of like why I'm. I like that approach, man, because there's a little dog up here barking at a squirrel. Here's a little squirrel over here. It's springtime, man. I'm like 5, 6 feet away from him. But anyways, man, watch this video. I'm talking about passport bros. Passport bro movement has really agitated the hell out of these hoes. And I'm gonna tell you what, everything is about power and leverage in dealing with women. Power and manipulation. See, women in America, they can leverage. Leverage essentially is basically using something to get more of what you want without putting much time and stuff into it. Time, effort, energy. Using somebody else or something else to get what you want. Leverage. Put the least amount of effort in, get the most amount of result. Leverage. Power. And in dealing with women, you pretty much at a war. That's why when they say if you have a woman, you're going to have temptations in the flesh. Or was it trouble in the flesh? Like, even if you got a woman who is into you and who is 100% submitted to you, you will inevitably run into the problem of, number one, y'all going to disagree on something. But if, that's the trouble in the flesh. The other trouble in the flesh is that you got covetous piece of shit dudes who going to be trying to take what you got. So then you have the anxiety of trying to protect your investment. That's the trouble in the flesh. So, in dealing with women, and inevitably you're going to still have the situation where you try. Let me say hi to this old lady. Hey, hold on, man. This dog off the leash, bro? Hold on. Let me get away from this dog. Okay, the dog is on the leash. I didn't see the leash. It's a cute little like border collie. The sheepdogs, But you deal with a woman, you're going to have issues. Even if she is feminine, submissive, and obedient, you're going to have issues. I was talking to some older chick in real life. She talking about trying to sway my mind. I said, I want a woman to follow my instructions. And then I realized, dang, who I'm talking to. See, some of these women, and she started trying to school me on how I need to be thinking. So, I'm not trying to have this conversation. I think how I think, you think how you think. I'm done with this conversation. Well, I'm just trying, you need to have a more open mind. No, I don't. My mind is open to the complete understanding of how women work and move. I am open-minded, which is why I'm an international traveling dude. I'm a definitely open-minded dude, and because I'm open-minded, really what you're trying to do is close your mind unto the simping. You understand me? It's all some old black chick, used up, several times divorced, and you're going to school me about how I need to be thinking about females and how I need to. No, see, you thinking incorrectly. I'm not trying to tell you how to think, but I'm about to tell you how to think. That kind of thing, you know what I mean? As I tell you how to think, I ain't trying to tell you how. Well, it's kind of like when somebody said, now, I ain't trying to be racist. There's some bull crap about to shoot out of their mouth that's going to be racist. the very thing that they claim that they not trying to be. I'm not trying to convince you how to think as I'm about to spit some stuff to you that's about to, as I try to convince you how to think. So these women really have a strong, domineering, dynamic to them. And I ain't with that, man. See, you gotta shut that bull crap down. I think how I think. I want a woman that's gonna follow my instructions. Hold on real quick. Yeah, this passport bros stuff is real, man. Because, man, I've been thinking about going back to Colombia and stuff. I think about going to Cartagena. I ain't never been there before, though. But, because it's like more black people, but a lot of them Colombia chicks really like dark-skinned brothers like myself. And I experienced that myself when I was there, but it's crazy, man. That passport bros, situation got women really, because they can't, American women I should say, they can't compete. American women is not competitive. They ain't really even like the dudes, the top, income dudes, they still be getting ran by their bitches, man. That's sad. You got all the money. You steal your woman telling you what to do. You a basketball player. The top, you 6 feet tall, six pack, 6 inch wiener, 6 figures. You 7 feet tall, 6'5", and your bitch telling you what to do, man. And you fear that if she leave you, she gonna strip you of half your stuff. So therefore, she got the basketball, NBA, or football player by the testicles, man. That's not no way a man should live, bro. So he living in a state of obeisance to his servant, bro. It's not a way a man should live, bro. But that's the dynamic. That's a dynamic that a lot of men is here in America is in, man. Hold on to their woman. Even rich dudes, it's sad, bro. The rich dudes can pivot better because women put on a good front, and act on their best behavior when they in the man's category, friend category, if you will. When a woman ain't got the leverage of the state on her side, she in her best behavior. But once she get a kid by the dude, or get married to the dude, she knows she got the state and can leverage that. This is what I'm talking about, power and leverage. Leverage. When you're dealing with females, it's all about power. That's why American women really don't respect men in general. Because American women got the power over men in America, legally I'm speaking. Now you might have a chick that actually is really into you, right? Like say, a Pookie and a Ray Ray, right? Brad, Chad, in and out of jail, dude, whatever. These are the degenerates that these hoes always into. They always have hoes, women. So, but even those dudes get left because the woman's ways is fickle and inconsistent. Her ways, like even if she really into you, right? That could change. And she get a baby by this dude. Well, guess what? A lot of Brass, Chads, Pookies, and Ray Rays is in jail right now. Behind child support payments. Behind a bitch that used to like them. So her liking you can change. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, so what I'm saying is that as the waves, it's nice out here, bro. We don't have nice weather here usually, man. Like what? What? 2/3 of the time, and here in Michigan is chilly or cold weather, man. I hate it here, man. But anyways, I'm enjoying this stuff. Walking around with shorts on, t-shirt. And as a side note, if I was a millionaire, I'd be walking around with a t-shirt and some shorts. I wouldn't even be acting the part like I got bread like that. Because I want a woman to be attracted to me off my swag, looks, charisma, energy, the vibes. You know how they talk about the vibes. I don't want no woman want me for my money. Women in general, they gonna want money and stuff, but you need to make this chick invest. Women only invest in dudes they actually really into. Cooking and cleaning, all that stuff is for the dude she into. She got a whole bunch of standards for the dude. Standards is only, that stuff is for the dude she don't even like. Standards is reserved for those dudes that she ain't into anyways. You know, for the dude she really into, she be crying and snotting, complaining. You want your woman crying and snotting and complaining over you. Having fits. Where is he? He's not answering my calls. Why would you want the alternative? You want your woman simping over you, bro. Woman should always be concerned about what is he doing? You know, what's his well-being? Why is he not answering my calls? See, a woman that actually is into you, she want to be all around you and be suffocating you and stuff. I mean, it's degrees to this. But you know what I'm saying? She gonna be concerned about you and like, what's he doing? Why you ain't answering my calls? That's what you want, man. And a woman ain't into you. She ain't doing it. He don't care about you. So, anyways, let's see. On to the passports. So a lot of this chick talking about, what was her list of things that she was complaining about? Men going to other countries. You just want to go. Some white chick. You passport bros. You just want a woman you can control. Number one. Number two. You want a woman who can't leverage. Basically, she talking about don't have rights. Basically, like American women got rights to strip you of half of everything you ever freaking earned, or the rights to strip you of your money monthly. Chick getting $3,000 a month in child support. Those kind of rights. You just want a woman who don't have the rights that American women. Number three, she said, you just want a woman who don't have her own mind. Basically, when they say she don't have her own mind, I'm cool with my woman having her opinion. Everybody got an opinion, but it's about respect, and you voicing that opinion with respect. Don't come to me with no disrespect and try to impose your opinion on me and be opinionated. It's a difference between having an opinion and being opinionated. When you're opinionated, you think everybody want to hear your freaking point of view. You got to learn to shut up. That's the problem with American women, is that they're not schooled on the art of when to speak and who you... Oh, this dog came out. He came out of nowhere. I was like, where you at? I think this dog got hearing problems because he should have been heard me coming up the street. Sorry about that. Got this nigga pushing a baby buggy, sagging his pants. Man, our people are cooked, bro. But yeah, you just want to go with a woman who ain't got no opinion, who ain't got her own mind, and all this kind of stuff. Is this a dude? I don't know, bro. These people cook, bro. You was one. Is it a dude or a chick, bro? I don't even know, bro. I think it's a chick. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I think it's an actual chick pushing a baby buggy. She looked like a dude, a fat stud, pushing a baby buggy. Oh God. I thought it was just some fat dude sagging. You know what I mean? It might actually be a fat dude sagging. This is sad, bro. And this is the sisters. This is the community we supposed to be fighting for, bro. Get lost, bro. Get a passport, bro. This is crazy. Hold on. So yeah, man, they tripping on a passport, bros, cause damn, bro. That's fucked up. I just ran into this black bitch that got the dude and the dude crazy and shit, but she be all Damn. Nah, I just ran into her, and now I'm in 5 more minutes. I'm about to be here for about 5 more minutes. So I'm up here making a pivot move right now, but this ain't cool. So now I got to pivot and get out of this situation. Damn, I just talking about fucking messed up bitches. This is the dyke chick just walking by, man, sagging butt. Dude, this place is this is crazy. You got some adulterous black bitch who been at my head multiple times. I gotta stay away from that bitch, man, because she's very attractive. And then you got the crazy ass nigga. He be on some fucking interacting with me, bro. I don't care about you or your woman, bro. But man, I'm tired of these people. I'm ready to get the fuck away from these people, bro. But anyways, back to the passport, bro stuff. My main thing, she talking about, oh yeah, you want a woman that's gonna just follow instructions, be a slave, something like that, man. You know, the same bullshit rhetoric. You just want a woman that's gonna you know, you just want a woman that's basically gonna follow your rule because she ain't got the power of the leverage of the dollar. You want to use your dollar in order to go to another country and wave the dollar in the front of the broads. Look, like I said, man, everything's about power and leverage. And power. If I can leverage the U.S. dollar to go and get an apartment in the Philippines for $200, $300 a month, why would I not do that? And if the woman, everything's about power and leverage. The female in America can leverage, even if she fat, even this dyke chick walking up the street pushing a baby buggy, she can leverage the fact she can grow a little bit of hair and there'll be some sucker, simp, lame nigga that'll kill for that hoe. You understand me? So it's always, she can leverage the fact that she an American female. Let me go ahead and get my stuff, man. Hold on. Yeah, man, I just came out of an interaction with that chick, man. That's a good-looking piece of ass, man. I'm tired of being around her, bro. Now, her and her dude so-called divorced, but she gonna just be right in my 2 feet away from me, bro. I had to do what I had to do so far as I was in an environment I had to do what I had to do. Anyways, for 5 minutes or so, and I'm done. Man, and she know I be avoiding her. It's like, you see me avoiding you, why you being around me, bro? And it's probably the reason she want to be around me because I'm avoiding her. These hoes ain't nothing but some attention-grabbing people, man. Evil, man. The devil just gonna send her there at that moment. See what I'm saying, man? But anyways, I think I'm gonna sit on my back porch and chill, man. Yeah, man, you brothers might not understand the spiritual struggle I've been dealing with this whore, man. I'm really tired of I was minding my own business, man. I mean, I'm tired of this whole, man. Like, I'll walk out of my house. That's why I always be more circumspect now. Last week or so, I'm up here chilling on my porch, and this bitch is making all this loud noise to get my attention. I should have just went up in the crib, the more I look at it. So, I'm up here at the laundromat washing my sheets and stuff, the bigger stuff, and then this bitch, I'm like, dang, I got 5 minutes till this is done, and she come and stand right next to the damn washing machine where I'm at. And I'm like, dude, that's why I went outside. I'm like, dude, bro. Then I come back in, she bent over next to the, kneeling over next to the washing machine next to mine. Like, bitch, this is what I'm saying, man. These hoes be out of line, bro. It's terrible because she got a man. Well, now she don't technically got a man, but it's bad for me, bro. Because he's still a simp lingering around. And she been at me even when she was married to the dude. Now they quote-unquote divorced. But the nigga he's still lingering and simping. And they ain't doing, man, I don't want nothing to do with these people. It's so frustrating. So anyways. So that's basically what I've been kind of putting up with and shit. But anyway. But yeah, man, that's it's a turbulent type of thing, man, to be around some wicked bitch, man, letting it be known that you can have it, but boy, you getting death, man. You laying with somebody else's broad, and you gonna get out of favor of God, you cooked. You know, I'm tired of this hoe, man. And I had a dream about that bitch, like, what was it? I don't know, vision or something, and then this bitch pop up. You know what I mean? And then her dude popped up. I'm outside, man. I'm about to be out here in some chill mode. Yeah, I'm about to chill out here, bro. I ain't been out. See, in Michigan, we don't have good weather like that, man. So, most of the time, but now it's like 70 degrees. Oh, God, this is nice. I'm sitting on my back. Whew. It's noon, so it's probably about 75 right now, bro. And I'm about to just ground myself and put my feet in the dirt right now. Oh, man, this is awesome. Man, get away from that wicked broad, man. You know, get around this hole, man. But anyways, on to the passport bro stuff. A lot of this chick up here talking about what y'all just want to control women. Y'all just want to go overseas and leverage the dollar and use your money to as a woman see your money and be like, oh, you know, you in other words, leverage the U.S. dollar and the kind of thing, carrot on a stick. And I'm like, again, everything is about leverage and power and dealing with females, bro. Women, fat, ugly, dyke, chunky, fat bitches in America leverage. Yes, the answer is yes. I'm an honest dude. Absolutely. You want to leverage all that you can leverage in dealing in this male-female dynamic. Yes. Just like women in America leverage. Everything's about power and leverage. You leverage just being a fat bitch in America, used up single mother. You leverage that you have a conglomerate of bitch-made simps who worship you here in America, but you don't have the leverage, you don't have the power when you go yo chunky, low-grade ass to Colombia, or you go take your stinking self over to Thailand or to Brazil. You are not even on the radar. You don't matter. So yes, the answer to yeah, of course. What man want to be with a woman he can't control? If you actually with her. So if this is my woman, I'm going to dictate if I'm gonna take her seriously. I'm going to dictate if I'm taking her seriously. Yes, absolutely, I'm going to dictate, and she actually my woman. I have to protect her from herself. I have to protect her from the elements. I got to protect her because women don't know how to think for themselves, whether she local or abroad. I got to protect her and guide her. My guidance is my protection. I'm going to tell her don't be out at certain times at night. Why? Because your ass can get raped. I'm going to tell her this and that. Why? Because this is my investment. I am protecting my investment. Women look at, who you controlling? How can I protect you if I cannot control your ins and outs and how you move? You don't even know how to make decisions for yourself. I'm the decision maker. You just trying to control. That's feminist American bitch talk. And the answer is yes, I want to use the leverage of the dollar. Yes, I want to use the leverage of just actually being a freaking man. Being a man in another country give you leverage simply because you're a freaking man. You got leverage. The numbers are in your favor. The ratio of good-looking bitches to average regular dudes. I'm seeing dudes in the airport, simple regular-looking dudes walking around with women who's like curvaceous, big butts. Like it was so regular, bro. In Colombia, bro, it's not rare, especially in Cali, Colombia, man. Well, that's where I was at. But it's not a rarity like it is here. Well, here, I see a lot of Hispanic dudes walking around, regular Hispanic dudes walking because they got to walk to the corner store because they ain't got no car or their car broke down. Walking with a woman. He ain't got six figures. Definitely ain't 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall. But he walking around with a decent, cute chick with her own hair, and she in shape, or she chunky or whatever. You understand me? But that's they culture, bro. Now, I ain't saying it's perfect. I a whole lot of trash, Latino people. But my point is, they ain't culturalized to hate men like they is here. So you telling me I need to? A man with common sense, he got to control his investment. Now, what do you think this is? Is she talking? The chick was talking as though this is some kind of insulting thing. You just want to go, since they can't compete and they too lazy to compete and they think men is beneath them, and competition is something that's foreign to them. Competition ain't something that's foreign to foreign women, though. She talking about they just gonna do the shame game instead of competing and getting in a position and following instructions. See, feminine women in America, they're gonna be married, bro. They're not gonna be single for the most part, because feminine women got the attributes that a masculine man want. They got and so men are so deprived of decent women in this country that even a woman with, even if she don't even really look good, but she got modesty and she feminine, she ain't gonna last long on the market, because the market is so destroyed here in America, the relationship market. Basically what I'm saying is men will put up with anything here. So a decent feminine chick, she gonna be snatched off the market quick. So you don't even have to bring much to the table, man. These dudes are desperate. That's why a lot of foreign women love American men, because American men don't require much, and they desperate as hell for the most part, and they higher income than majority of men in the world per capita. You know what I mean? So that's why they like foreign men. That's why they like American men. They don't have to bring much to the American man compared to what the men in their own countries. See, everybody leverages everybody. The foreign woman leverages the fact that all these different variables. She might be able to find a sucker with a lot of money. So she leveraging that she might be able to find some American sucker who gonna wife her up and give her a green card and have her become an American citizen. Whereas the American woman can leverage that she's a fat piece of jelly and she could just exist. My presence is enough. Well, your presence is enough in America. You can leverage being a low-grade female in America. You don't have leverage as a female. American women don't. The beautiful women in their own countries, they ain't got no leverage. With the dude, what leverage does a 100-pound Filipino chick got in the Philippines? What leverage can she use? She ain't got no leverage. She just another 100-pound Filipino chick that look good. Well, the ratio of the man to female is way more females than there's men, and majority of women is skinny and in shape. What leverage does she have in the Philippines? A curvaceous chick in Colombia. What leverage does she have in Colombia? She ain't got no leverage. What leverage does a Brazilian chick got in Brazil? Well, the majority of women look good in Brazil. She ain't got no leverage. So what leverage does a United States woman have if she go to these various countries? She ain't got no leverage. She's at a deficit. Everything is about power and leverage, bro. So they just complaining that men got the leverage and the power in the game of international travel. And instead of bowing down and start being competitive, something that is a foreign concept to them, they would rather just shame and blame and try to break the man's will, and like this chick trying to talk to me about how I need to be thinking. No, I know what to think. I have a world-class mentality. I understand how the world works and how women work. And what you doing is trying to pimp me to be a bitch-made dude, and I'm not bitch-made. So you're not going to win, and we're not even going to have this conversation. So I just shut that down. There's no sense in continually talk about this stuff. So we changed the subject. But But yeah, man, everything's about power and leverage, man. So yeah, a man will. Any man, I'm just being honest about it. Some dudes will be more smooth with it and say, nah, we want more options. We want a woman who's more cooperative. I want a woman to follow my instructions and do what the hell I say do. You understand me? I'm not a dictator and stuff. Yes, I'll listen to her opinion. If she's telling me this and that, I would be a fool not to listen to her opinion if she has something that's going to benefit us as a couple. Why would I, as a leader, as a boss? Like, you got some companies. I work for a company, and you put suggestions in a suggestion box, and the boss listened to those suggestions and implemented them. And they had an open door kind of policy like that. You could suggest something, and they'll listen to it and implement it within, a period of time. And you're like, okay, yeah. You feel more. That was one of my best jobs I worked for. And, you feel like you having an input, and they are, so a good leader is going to listen to the input of their employees, or you, the boss, and those that are following you. They're going to listen to the input if the input makes sense. I mean, yeah. So as a leader, I'm going to listen to my woman on certain things. If she say, oh, we can do this cheaper, or I found a way to do this cheaper, or you can it's cleaning the house, instead of using these products, we can use these products. It's cheaper and more effective. Or something that's going to benefit us, benefit the house. Why only a foolish idiot would be like, no, it's my way. Yeah, you're going to listen to certain things, but at the bottom line, I'm going to make the final decision. And she got to come with respect. That's the main thing. So it's the difference between her having an opinion. We all got opinions. But if she opinionated, that's the freaking problem. You got a bunch of opinionated cat ladies and dog ladies talking trash, thinking that their opinion matters so much, trying to guide me as to how I need to be thinking about women. But this is a divorced woman who don't have the credibility. Yeah, you're like, you know, who are you, bro? So these women complain about passport bros. Look, man, the fact that they complain about it is a good thing, because they realize that it exists and it's mainstream enough for them to be running their mouths about it. And the solution, the solution that they should do, which is to bow down and start being more feminine and really start bowing down to the men and making it more easy to deal with the men. In other words, being more cooperative and following instructions and being more easy to deal with as a woman in the society. But they're not going to do that because there's too many benefits to the female in America to be confrontational. It's not. Also, it's just not really in their personality. They're not socialized to be wives. They socialized to be prostitutes. And so when these prostitutes, aka feminists, see that they see that it's a movement where men are tired. See, their whole existence and ease of life comes from being in a situation where they got a whole bunch of male friends in the simp section, and men not wanting to put up with that. You've got, dudes who are. See, the passport bros essentially is not just no simps and tricks. You got regular dudes who can get women easily. Going out of this country and stuff, and not want to deal with these hoes. You understand me? So, hey, that's that movement of men. Even it's a mental movement. Even the men don't leave the country. They might like, you know what? Let me import one of these, or let me get with these Hispanic chicks. They know how to cook and clean and make some tacos and all this kind of stuff. And they raised to be more so up under a man. But of course, when they get Americanized, this could be a problem as well. However, this thought process agitates the Americanized woman because she is used to having power and a hold over her worshipers, over her simps, over her tricks, over her johns, over her friend zone occupants. She's used to having the leverage and the power over these dudes. So the whole thought process of a passport, bros, you just wonder what everything you're saying. So what? So what if a man want to go to another country and get a woman who's more cooperative? You're shaming a man for wanting what men have had for thousands of years: in-shape chicks who go follow instructions and who are competitive and motivated. Like, you're trying to shame men as though this is a bad thing, man. How is it bad? Men have always had more traditional cultures. Women are always going to be more competitive and stuff, especially when you're talking about, like, if you're getting into more like Philippines or Thailand and stuff. It's just part of the culture. See, the oddball here, what's wrong, what's perverted is the American culture. What's unnatural is the American culture. That's what's unnatural. What's not proper is the American culture. What's the oddball is the American culture. Majority of cultures, the women go be in pocket. The Western culture, I should say, not just American. The Western liberated female stuff. That's the odd stuff. That's not how humans supposed to live, with bitches being liberated and going whatever the hell they want to do, wherever they want to go, doing what they want to do. This is the odd stuff. So, just my thoughts. Yeah, of course a man gonna want to have power over his female. I'm just being honest with it. Some dudes is cool, y'all making decisions together and all that. Certain things you talk to your woman on this and that. If it makes sense, it makes sense. But she got to come respectfully. Why would you not listen to the suggestion or that's going to benefit the family, the house, the business? You understand me? This one, dealing with women is like a business, man, a house. Is she going to say something that's going to improve? Yeah. But don't be too opinionated where you up here being disrespectful. Yeah, your opinion counts. If you got something that's going to benefit the house, why would I, as a thinking man, as a boss, I'm just being honest about what I am. I'm not going, well, we can cooperate. No, I am the head. You are the follower. And yes, the body work better when the man and woman is together, man, and working together. That's beautiful. I don't think we good alone and separated. This is not natural. This is not cool, man. How American folks is, the relationship dynamics. This is perversion, man. This is not cool. But if you're gonna deal with a woman, it gotta be under, a certain structure and construct. And I'm not willing to capitulate to no female's opinion and all this bullshit. Woman gotta follow instructions. So that's just my thought, man. Yeah, of course. You're gonna use whatever leverage you can. If you're a 6'5" dude, use the leverage. If you're a basketball player, use the leverage. If you're a foreigner, and no, you're an American foreigner in another country, use the leverage. If you're a fat bitch and you're in America, you use the leverage. Everything is about power and leverage, bro. Well, you see, she just complaining because she ain't got no leverage over the men who have that mind state. So her whole thing is trying to shame. She ain't nothing special about her. She just another woman trying to shame passport bros and all that, because she can't compete with no curvaceous Colombian and Brazilian chicken, compact, meek, mingling in Asia. She can't compete with that. So instead of any man with common sense and have the wherewithal is going to likely get out of this country and go deal with some woman somewhere else. So that's worshipers that have left her friend zone. You understand me? And that's money and all opportunity and attention that's being moved from her. So she feels some type of way about that. You know what I mean? So that's my thought on it, man. I think that a lot of women fear the passport bros movement. And what you gonna do about it? Yeah, and a lot of men have pretty much left the whole idea of marrying American women, bro. I mean, pretty much that whole concept is not what I'm hearing out here is something that most men want to do. it's beneficial to the woman, but a lot of you still find some suckers that's willing to legally marry women and nowadays, but in general, man, it's not really a good move, you know what I mean? To be legally marrying these hoes. But that's my thought on why she hating on passport bros. She's scared of losing options, as well she should be. Fear is the only thing that'll get these hoes in pocket, and most men are not interested in trying to change the American woman no more. It is what it is. They uncompetitive. They don't care about what men want, clearly. And it is what it is. Peace, brothers.